All right, this should work. Hello everyone, let me try to see if the audio works as well with my voice and with the track. All right, this should work. Hello everyone, let me try to see if the audio works as well with my voice and with the track. Perfect, all right, sweet. So here we are. Hello everyone, my name is Friendzone. I think I can close this. Hopefully. Hello everyone, my name is Friendzone and welcome to yet another live stream. I have quite a bit of time on my hands these days to do such activities, which I'm grateful for in a way. So tonight we will work a bit more on this strange but pretty exciting track. Let me grab a pen that I've been working on for a few days now. Let's first have a listen through it, and as I have a listen through it, I'll just get a pen and paper out and write the things I want to work in the next hour or so. So let's have a listen. All right, well, there is that. Sounds cool. Sounds fun. There's a few things I want to work on tonight, and the first of all is some effects. So, some effects. What I mean by this is smooth transitions between the different parts. So, let's just call this one FXs. And this group will basically just be about having some whooshes from one drop to the other, and so on and so forth, so that everything feels and sounds as smooth as possible. So that's the first one. Yeah, this one is going to take up a bit of my time. I want to... Yeah, one quick thing I can do beforehand, though, is activating this one right here at the very beginning of the first drop. Because it adds a lot to the drop for some reason. Listen to that. So this is like without. And this is with. For some reason, I think it adds a lot. So I'll just keep it on like this. So this is done. First drop, add the whoosh. Add a vocal with blah, 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 louder. Okay, yeah, true. The second thing I will perhaps work on is this transition here. It sounds really good, but at the same time, I think it can use some other way of like warning the listener that shit is about to go down, because the third drop is, I think, the heaviest of all. And with a little arp and everything, it sounds pretty nice, especially the way in. It sounds a bit too smooth, in my opinion. So I want to tackle this problem too. This should be fun. And yeah, at the very end, I also want to make the kick a bit less clear. So let me just freeze the arrangement here. It's going to take a bit of time because there's quite a few things happening and my computer isn't so fast. But anyway, that's going to be the plan for tonight. Do some effects, work on polishing some little stuff here and there. Hopefully find a way to make the way to the third drop a bit more aggressive. And we'll see from there where it's going to take us. In any case, I hope you're having a wonderful evening, day, or whatsoever. I mean, whatever you are living at the moment. And that you can also find some time in your life to maybe create some music or maybe something else, hopefully. I'm sure you'll be able to. All right, let's see if my CPU can handle this better. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Surely it's gonna survive this little thing. So, I'm feeling inspired about the kick and the very last drop here. Yeah. It sounds way too bright, I think, especially for the outro. So I just want to tame it down a bit with an extra band on the on the higher end. I'm gonna turn this one on and off as the song goes, because obviously I don't want it on for the rest of the drop. Does that? Yeah, that's off. That's on. There you go. Maybe that's a bit too much. Actually, even a tiny bit more should be fine. Woo! Sweet mother of Jesus, my CPU is going like notes tonight. What is that thing? This is pretty important. Okay, cool. I'll just try to find some things I can get rid of, such as this. And hopefully that will decrease a bit the weight on my CPU. So yeah, bear with me for the first little moments. I think I could probably also get rid of the entire sound design thing at that point. Yeah, probably. Then I can also freeze and flatten the drums. In the meantime, you know what? Okay, so whoops. Let me blast what I have been listening to these days. Let's get some copycat going. Actually, let's go for this one.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off the meat grinder. Heat niner, pimping, stripping, soft, sweet minor. China was a neat sign of trouble with the script digits. Double dip, bubble lip, subtle lip, midget. Borderline, schizo, sort of fine, tits, toe, porter wine, order grind, quarter.
Actually, I'm wondering if I'm gonna get into trouble with the copywriting stuff with this, or if not. Who knows?
Double
I might actually. Let me just turn it down a bit. Have it on the background. And let me freeze my subs. Oops. Yeah, I should take care of this the next time I start my stream, but before actually streaming, especially because tonight I only have a limited amount of time to spend on making tracks. So I should think about this before starting any streaming stuff. Oh well, you live and you learn, right? I am happier with the kick though at the end. A tiny bit less bright to let the listener know that, you know, it's over. This shitstorm's been over. It has passed. Alright, so here we are. No more copycat whatsoever. Let's just go back to our track. So, we have quite a bit of stuff here. This we don't need, this we don't need. Okay, so. I'm happier with this drum, so this is fine. Less clear kick at the end. Now I want to add some effects, as I said. I know the first thing I want to start with is going to be just some white noise. I think it's a very efficient way of introducing stuff and just like making transition as a in general. Let's just get some white noise here in operator. No filtering, and let's see where we want to place it. Well, I want one here. Actually, I wonder. All right. So let's make so that it doesn't pierce our ears, and let's apply side chaining to this. Although I don't know what this is. Why am I automating the... that's pretty dumb. Alright. So. One random note, legato. So we have one big instance. Oh yeah, and by the way, I can get rid of this sidechain group. We don't need this anymore. And hopefully it's going to save a bit of CPU. This project is big though. It's like... more than 100 tracks. Well, you know, there's some shit that I haven't been using, but that's fine. Anyway, so I want some filtering, 2 of them actually. All right. Why did I duplicate the audio effect track? I just want this. So the reason why I put this in a rack is that hopefully I can copy and paste the whole thing if needed to another chain. So first of all, we'll have the very end of the spectrum slowly rising. Makes most sense like this. So at the very peak, I want the signal to be like this bright. That sounds good to me. So now I can modulate this to slowly come up. And then down. Yeah, like that. Poof, 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 and poof. And similarly, I can automate this one to go here and back down so that this creates the swoosh effect. I actually want it a tiny bit less low than this. Let's say 119. There you go. All right, cool. So this is already quite nice. Now let's just throw in some classic reverb. Alright, actually I think I can keep the reverb for later. Let me freeze this. And I will not flatten it right now, but I will bounce it into another audio track so that I can come back at it and modify it if I need. But now what I can do is just go here and put this one right there. Well. Something didn't work out there though. Why aren't you going back down? Thank you. There you go. Freeze and flatten. So with this, we'll have like just a piece of white noise that slowly goes up the spectrum. And this usually creates for transitions that I like. So that's what we're going for tonight. I think I lost the Valhalla room, yeah. Obviously way too loud, but and I actually wonder what happens if I just cut it here and make a super long tail, like 6 seconds or so. Well, that's nice too. Yes, but I prefer it like this, I think. And here we can have just the tail happening. So it goes. Same here. Oh, actually, afterwards I want to have just the full for this part. I don't want anything. And here I want it. Yeah, that's all right. This one doesn't work because of the silence in the first part of the drop. This one too is a tiny bit too late. This drop slaps. Dang. I feel nasty. And here I just want the tail, I think. Like so. And shorter too. This one works. Maybe, let me color this one in red so I know that maybe not. So this is for the white noise. White noise whoosh. What else could we add to make this a bit smoother? Maybe just some crash or so, like a crash sample. Some cymbal. What do I have in there? Crash. This comes from a free sample pack, by the way, but I can't remember the name, so... I like the crispy one here. This one's pretty cool. Never mind. Let me turn this one a tiny bit up. And same deal, let's just apply a bit of reverberation. Not too much. Not so long. That sounds better. And we can also have a bit of EQing to make it a bit less, yeah, all over the place. All of this we don't need, really. This we need. Ooh-la. This we don't need, and this we don't need. Actually, this we don't need. Crispy and spicy. Now, what I could do is try to freeze this again and flatten it and make it again a reverse whoosh. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. Check the levels, -15 or so. If I do like so. And then I do like so. And then I reverse this by clicking the R key. Yeah, that's alright. Maybe drop this one by like 3 dB. Nasty, nasty. I don't know what's up. I think I've been listening to too much Copycat, Mr. Bill, Virtual Riot, a bit of Mode Step, but not really. All of those crazy rhythm people, and now yeah, I've been corrupted basically. This one sounds too loud though. Actually, the whole thing sounds too loud, like 5 dB or so. Minus 21. Ah. Oh my god. Filthy. Filthy friend-zoned. So what I'm doing here basically is just layering every piece of white noise that we've just done with its own crush cymbal. So it adds a bit more sort of natural sound, as you can hear. And I want to decrease a tiny bit the decay time here too. And let's put this one in red as well for good order. Good measure, sorry. Cool, so we got some more whooshes now. What else could we add in terms of making the whole thing a bit smoother? I think I do know. I want some of those backward going kicks. Like the whoop. Where are you? Ah, there they are. Those ones. Whoop. Because they're really efficient. Oh, did I already put some? Oh no. Really? No. No. Actually, this one doesn't really work because I like the way it sort of comes in directly. As you may understand. How about there maybe? It's a bit too busy with those two ta-ta. I don't think it works, huh? No, this doesn't work. Well, too bad. What else could we come up with then? Maybe. Alright, so let's try. I'm not sure it's gonna work out because I've been having a bit of trouble with this, but I think there's something that can emulate a vinyl going down in KHS, I'm pretty sure. Tape stop. I can put a tape stopper here, which could also be done with two delays going after each other. But this is the topic for another time. Here, I guess. That actually works pretty well. Yeah, I like it. I doubt it's gonna work as nicely here. But we never know, right? Nope, but this is pretty fun for other stuff. Maybe I can mess around with this a bit. What? It's only going to be nice on this one, I suppose, the main blips. Growls. This one. I guess it's on those ones that I should try. So if I put the tape stop, actually I should copy and paste the one that I have here because it sounds pretty good. If I put this tape stop right here on growls, I can hopefully spice up a bit the drop. What? As such, oops. Tiny bit shorter. Actually, ra, ba, ba, ra, ba, ra. How long is this? 182. So this one should be 182 somewhat. Yeah, okay, that works. So what I've done here is that by highlighting a section on Ableton Live, you can see right here at the bottom of my screen the duration of that clip. And that is what allows me to sort of calculate how long the start time should take before it's back to normal. And here again, whoops, please. Well, bruh. Sounds a bit of too much the same, honestly. I think I can go away. Maybe I can also have one here, actually. What bothers me is that I like to have some sort of symmetry in my tracks, so I want to have this one happening, but if this one happens, then this one, like the effect loses its sort of power, I think. So I guess I can transfer this into maybe this. Yeah, that's fine. Oops. Oh. How about I put one enormous on the entire group? Like, see what I mean? I will have to automate the start time to be shorter. Yeah. So, how does this work? Start time, and I want to have the play button too. So, (1 minute and 91 seconds). Oops. How long is that? 400, 600. That's like 1 minute, basically. Yeah. How about the same amount, actually? 309. I also want this one to be 309. That's close enough. But now there's something bothering about this blip, I think. Yes. Maybe if I could get to have only the halfway of this blip playing, that would be great. I'm not sure it's gonna work out the way I want. Yeah, no. Annoying. All right, so we know that that this blip here doesn't sound good with the tape off. We know that the rest sounds pretty awesome. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna turn this one off, and I'm just gonna record this one and flip it in an FX lane that I'm simply gonna call whatever. Flip, I suppose. Oops. Flip. I'm gonna deactivate the saturator on the master, have it resample, and record this. So now we have only this little beep boop playing here in the effects section. And now what I can do is simply deactivate the whole thing and let the time stop device work without affecting the beep boop. Like so. So that this one still goes through in the effect section, but the entire bass group is which sounds the way I want. Yeah, here, there's, I think, this one. This weird note. Sounding good, but I want to have this one free of any interference. Yeah. Like that. Doesn't it sound better with? I think think it does. So as a way of leading into the other drop, we can simply take this, flip it into the effects section, perhaps even into the same channel as we've had before in the flip one. Oh, without any kind of side chaining. That sounds like shit. Should be long enough. And what we can do is, of course, turning the side chaining back on, but have this sound reversed and play back to introduce the bridge section. Hold up one sec. Why is this one so annoying? This should work. And maybe with this one free. How about we just turn the whole thing down an octave? If you're dropping a sample down an octave, unlock the warp thing so that it stretches with like the further down you stretch it, yeah, the further down you set the pitch, the longer it becomes, basically, so that it introduces less artifacts into the pitching down business. Sounds pretty sweet. How about we are going to add a send channel and place a nice little reverb on it, so that we don't have to set a reverb for every single white noise thing or piece of effects that we have. When I do this, what I like to do, so what I just did is that I set up a send channel just for the reverb, so that I can just send some stuff there without having to put a reverb on every single channel, which is much more effective. But what I'm going to do as well is add a Pro Q right on there. And I'm going to tame the low end, like all of this stuff, basically. Hopefully my CPU doesn't die. But, you know, prices have to be paid. And especially cut the side under like 200 hertz or something. Sweet, so now we can just automate the send as such. Maybe longer? Maybe no high cuts? As such, sound good? And actually, let me duplicate this and play one normal pitched sample as such, but have the whole thing, of course, happen there, and have the whole thing way quieter, and delete this. So this is the verb transition, verb transition 12. I mean, I like this one, but I think the reverb is a tiny bit too strong. What is this automation lane anyway? And let's put this one at, I don't know, minus 12. Haha, I like this little tweak. I actually did it. It's my little own tweet. Check this out. Jealous yet? It's a tiny bit too wide though. Ah, no, it's a tiny bit not enough. I'm getting picky again. That's good. And oh yeah, okay, so I am happy with what we've done so far with the transitions. I'm going to work a bit more on this, but I want a louder way into this drop. I mean, the way in sounds so much softer than the drop itself. It's crazy. So I wonder how I can maybe just like increase the volume of this one. Let's just, oh man, this is nasty. You shouldn't edit the volume of your thing because it messes up with your mastering. And it doesn't really work. What to do? How about I just like explode the OTT? Output gain. Let's do it. Whoops. Yeah, let's just, you know what? Loud enough yet? No, that's too much. That's too much too. Just a tiny bit. No. It's better. Maybe one tiny bit. Damn, this... But actually I'm wondering, wait, isn't the problem coming from my stupid self forgetting to turn this off or something? No. Oh well. So louder way in drop 3, I'm happy with this, but I will have to find a way to make it a bit more interesting, I think. It feels nice, And I like the water droplet making the whole thing a bit funny, but I'm not too sure about the rest. So, smooth transitions. Maybe. Yeah, I was thinking of doing something along the lines of what we did here. So with this little transition. But I'm afraid it won't really work with those kind of vocal samples because what makes these, like those pre-drop samples, working is that there's nothing else in them. So if I start putting some reverb-ish thing that happens during the drop, then it's gonna, you know, lose its effect, I think. This one is so loud though. Fine, we get it. Why? Did I forget like a sidechain input or something? No. Yeah, that's better. Actually, I can just probably just type it here. And I think here I need this one to be a bit louder. So why don't we increase it by 3 dB or so? A lot more. Yeah, that's better. Why is everything so big here? Please stop. Stop. There you go. That's better. I really like this harp, like the... I'll have to get rid of the low end though, which I maybe have done already. No. Damn it, I didn't. Alright. Let's get rid of this, but not too much. I do like this ARP, and then I'm gonna have to freeze it again, because otherwise my computer will be like, sorry, I'm dying. Yeah, and this one's gonna take a long time, because I have so much stuff going on there. But yeah, how long has it been that we've been working now? Yeah, about, what, a bit less than an hour, maybe? Maybe. Maybe a bit less. Yeah, 55 minutes. That's all right. We've done quite a bit of work too, so I'm happy with that. Made the whole thing. I think it's gonna take me maybe a few more days to put everything into a track, and it's gonna take me at least like 2 days of mastering, because I've been usually when I do like a project like this, I make sure that everything is like at the end my master doesn't clip. I'm well below -6. I have like 6 dB of headroom to do the mastering. And this time I was just like, yo, you know what? It's just like we're doing some weird rhythm, half step, super violent track. So having the whole thing stay within like the -6 dB range didn't really help me produce, which sounds pretty stupid because my level now are like lower than what they're at when I master and do stuff at -6 dB. So yeah, now just like the whole mastering thing is going to be annoying. Anyway, so what we've got now. I like it, but I'm wondering... Oh no, what did I do? Thank you. I want this one to be like... to flow a bit more into the new section. I think the main problem with this though is that the sidechaining hits hard right here. So everything is ducked like crazy, which is fine. I'm wondering if I can... How about if I put this in reverb? Huh. This was a bad idea and I really apologize for it. How about I put those here? I fucked up. No. This could work though, if I manage to turn these off at that moment. And then back on somewhere there. Ah, and I can't have the reverb, of course. Play over here. So, sorry. Does it work? Maybe, but then I'll just decrease the volume a bunch. It works. It works. Well, I'm pretty happy. Smooth transitions, I consider this done. Yeah, I consider this finito. Of course, I'm gonna find some other ways of spicing the whole thing up, but this one hits a tiny bit too much. Well, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. It's been like an hour I've been working on this and I start to feel like I need a little break. Let's have a listen through it once more and see where we end up tonight. Actually, let me just try to see what happens if I get rid of the first harp over here. It's nice, but then something's missing. It feels nice, but I think something's missing. I'll have to work on the first intro. I'm not sold on that one yet. Let's just have a listen. I just want to have a look. Do we have this? No. It's fine. I'm not sold on this though. And this one, is it happening on the, yeah. I want a stop time. I want to mess around with the stop time. So, stop time. $364, $362. Yeah. Sorry. So, sorry, I thought someone knocked at my door, so I just went to have a look, but no one was there. Wait. I can hear some reverb going on. Yeah. Well, cool. I am happy so far with this track. I'm gonna have to work a tiny bit on it again. Work out a few things here and there to make it a bit spicier, but otherwise I think it's a solid one. It's a pretty massive project too. I'm quite happy with that. Otherwise I feel like I'm not really producing, which shouldn't be the case, you know. Less is good sometimes, but anyway. Enough of this for tonight. I hope you found some useful things in these live streams. Some more coming up soon. But for now, I need some sleep. Actually, I need to eat something first. In any case, my name was Friendzoned, and still is, by the way, but my name is Friendzoned. Stay great, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Bye-bye.